Hey everybody, welcome to Warrior Wisdom. I decided to shake things up a bit this week and do a video version of my newsletter. So I'm just going to go for it and imagine that I'm doing a workshop with you guys. I totally might stumble on my words and I might stutter a bit, but I'm just going to go for it. I'm not going to try and get perfect because I will be literally here all day. So in this masterclass, I'm hoping that I give you one way that you can build your brand and make a deeper connection with your audience. And I'll explain as part of the masterclass as to why it will really help you build your reputation in the market if you start to make these emotional connections with your audience now. So I'm going to give you a way that you can do this pretty quickly, whether you're an artist who is just starting to post on social for the first time and put your work out there, or whether you're an established illustrator with clients, but you're interested in now pausing and starting to build a brand as opposed to just sell a service. So no matter where you are in your creative journey, I hope you'll be able to take away what you learn from today's little masterclass and begin to implement it to make some deeper connections with your audience. Okay, so quite often when I give brand workshops, so for example, with the Association of Illustrators, I will refer to big brands and give them and refer to them as examples, basically. So I might, for example, talk about Apple's brand essence of simplicity. I might talk about Nike's commitment to just do it, or I might talk about Tesla's and brand purpose around helping the environment and sustainability. But I'm very aware that when I talk about these big brands and give them as examples, that they can feel very far away. You might think, how on earth can I, as an illustrator who's trying to work towards a steady flow of clients, learn from Nike or learn from Tesla? And I totally get that. But sometimes in the world, these big brands give us some great examples which we can learn from. And that happened recently with the brand Fjällräven. Fjällräven, I'm subscribed to the newsletter. They land in my inbox frequently. And over a relatively short space of time recently, they sent me newsletters, and not one of the newsletters tried to sell me a product straight away. They were telling a different story. They told 3 different stories. So I'm going to share these newsletters and explain how you can learn from them and get some ideas and that you can take into your creative business or your creative freelance career, wherever you are on your journey, and begin to make that more deeper emotional connection with your audience and with your clients, with your customers, etc., etc. So, and the first email that I received from Fjällräven was this one. Now, this one was all about talking, what does it mean to be a sustainable outdoor company? They talk about how they say no a lot. They're brave. They're not unafraid to say no if it doesn't suit them. They talk about not using harmful chemicals. They talk about no. They say no to animal mistreatment. So to me, this tells me that Fjällräven are a brand that cares. Fjällräven are a brand that stands up for its value because it believes in sustainability, it believes in making a difference, and is unafraid to say no. So this newsletter connected with me and made me feel something. It didn't just make me think, it made me feel something. It connected with me on a deeper level. So that one was all about sustainability. So the second newsletter that landed in my inbox spoke to me in a very different way to the first one, because it told me about the story of Kanken Art, and it explained how they had commissioned an artist called Charlene Johnny to create the design for the latest backpack. And I was like, whoa, this is exciting. So very much, it spoke to my value of creativity and supporting and helping independent artists and designers. And I, even went on to and watched the video to find out more about her practice. So this newsletter spoke to me in a very different way to the first, but again, made me think and made me feel. And the third newsletter that landed in my inbox actually invited me to enter a competition and join Fjällräven in Sweden for a trekking experience. I was like, whoa, this would be amazing. I actually entered the competition, entered the raffle. I didn't win, but again, and this newsletter spoke to me in a very different way to what the other newsletters spoke to me. It told me a different strand of the Fjällräven story. It told me not only do they make high quality, outdoor apparel, but they also live by their values of being in the outdoors and feeling the benefits of the outdoors by actually going out and trekking with their community. So again, it brought to life a different element of their brand and put it right in front of me to understand and grasp hold of in a newsletter. Okay, so what can we learn from these 3 newsletters? Well, we can learn that in order to build your reputation in the market and in order to have a presence in the market, then you can't just share pictures of your products. You can't just share pictures of your art or illustration. You have to look at more creative ways to connect with your audience, because the landscape is simply too busy. It just won't cut through. You have to get creative with it, and you have to look at how you can make more meaningful and deeper emotional connections. And one way to do that is to lean into your brand values, just as Fjällräven has done in order to create that newsletter content. So Fjällräven has leaned into its values of creativity, sustainability, and being in the outdoors. So what you can do is get clear on your values and then look to your values when you're creating content. That's just one way, by the way, that you can use values. I'm just giving you just one way here. Values can be used in all different ways. But anyway, so get clear on your values. Google list of values. There's loads of sheets of different values that you can just print off, and think about what 3 values can you not live without day to day as you forge your own path as an artist or illustrator, and what 3 values are non-negotiable to you as you grow this thing that you want to grow. Okay, and then when you get clear on your values, look to them for content. There's loads of different ways that you can bring them to life. So for example, one of my values is freedom. So I could bring that to life through talking about how I enjoy cycling. I could bring that to life through how I enjoy being able to organize my own day. I could bring that to life through talking about how I can choose clients. So once you have those values in place, there's so many different ways that you can bring them to life through different types of content. And it's all about creating that emotional and deeper connection to your audience as a way to be remembered and a way to bring in the types of customers and the types of audience who will refer you or will even commission you or bring you on board for a piece of work. And it's to no surprise that the Harvard Business Review recently reported that the brands that have established strong emotional connections with their customers outperform their competitors by 100%. So say an emotionally connected brand makes 100 quid, the one that's not connected only makes 50 quid. That's a massive difference. And through getting clear on your values and beginning to talk about them and lean into them consistently over time, it is one sort of strategy or tactic that you can begin to use your brand and build your reputation in the market. Okay, right, guys, I hope you've found today's masterclass useful. I'd love to know what you thought. Hit reply and let me know your thoughts, thumbs up, thumbs down, and whether I should do a future one. And of course, if you are an artist or illustrator and you're interested in digging deep into your brand and building a soul deep art or illustration brand, then do get in touch and let's chat about my one-to-one program Through the Trees. The next step is to jump on a 15-minute Zoom where we chat. I tell you more about the program and I find out more about where you're at and where you want to be. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next issue of Warrior Wisdom, which will probably be a written one. Okay, bye for now.